Good afternoon. Springdale Cemetery, Madison, Indiana. Today we're going to talk about the chapel here. Eliza Boone Lodge Hubbard, who's the second great niece of Daniel Boone, died December 23rd, 1915, at the age of 79. In Eliza's will, she directed her executor to spend $2,500 from her estate for the erection of the chapel here in the cemetery, with the inscription right here above the front doors, erected in the memory of loved ones. The chapel was to be surmounted with a bell, which I have never found any evidence of a bell being installed on the chapel. And that was a gift of Mr. Edward McKee. The chapel was designed by architect Frederick Wallach. The chapel is a Gothic revival that is dressed with imitation corners, seen here, corner buttresses, stained glass windows, and crockets up there along the front of the gable. The architect Frederick Wallach designed a large number of important houses in Indianapolis, and as well as the Polk Hotel in Polk County, Florida. By April 28th, 1923, the chapel still wasn't built. A report filed that I found in the paper showed that the chapel can't be built for $2,500, and the money has been in Madison Bank and Trust since March 5th, 1918. Now, I can't find any exact date of when the chapel was built, but I've heard people say that it was built sometime in the 1930s. Now, has the chapel ever been used? We do not know. I've searched and done a lot of research, and I don't know. This is the north wall, and these are the windows that I am happy to announce, is going to be our 2023 restoration project. I have wanted these windows repaired for years, and we received a grant from the Community Foundation in Madison, Indiana for $20,000. That is going to go to help digitize our records, and we are searching other grants to help us with this project. Now, the cool thing about these windows is, if you can see, let me get you a good picture. Oops, I can't get a good, oh yeah, right there. Right there are zodiac signs. We also have water problems. I'm going to hold on to my phone so I don't drop it down in here. This is the full basement. We just had a contractor here. We're going to put in a sump pump and then get a door so we can get that secured. We're going to come around here to the east side. This hole right here is from when this had gutters, and as you can see, get you up there, we no longer have gutters. We're assuming they were probably the half-round copper gutters. That was probably what was put on it. So here is Aries the ram, and then up there, I am not sure, maybe Taurus the bull. Not really sure why they decided to go with those. But this is going to be quite a project, and that is why we're raising funds for this. Our goal is, once the chapel is completely usable, is to rent it out for memorials, small services, and then expand into, if anybody would like to use it for an event, just so we could make a little money. So now Springdale is a 501c3 non-for-profit, So we, as many nonprofits, are always searching for ways to have fundraisers. And there is Pisces right there. So we are about 65 acres down here. All of it isn't mowed, but a great portion of the cemetery is mowed. And it costs us roughly $30,000. Hard to believe, but in this day and age, about $30,000 to keep the cemetery mowed. We don't have that. We had 44 burials last year. I'm not sure how many plots we sold, but it wasn't many. Another project, probably be in stage 2, is this front entrance. We need handrails, and then we need to find a handicap accessible ramp. And 2 years ago, a very generous donor, he and I got together, and there was one pane of glass missing from these outside lights, and he paid to have a glass company come down and put new glass in them. And then I bought the dawn to dusk light bulbs, and they are up and work, and I don't know the last time these even worked. So we're gonna go in here, and this is a very seldom seen. I don't know how many citizens have actually been in here before, but it is basically storage. These are the wreaths that we used up until this year for the Wreaths Across America. And see the windows, we have them boarded up. And, you know, people have thrown rocks and shot BBs in them. And then these pews are not the original pews, so they are coming out, and our plans are to go with folding chairs just to make this a more functional, usable event and chapel space. And if we look up here, so we have 3 of these on each side, and I don't know why. I don't know if they ever had lights in them, or if they did, why they were taken down. And then look at this beautiful, beautiful ceiling. Let me see if I can get you guys. There we go. A beautiful ceiling in excellent, excellent condition. All stone. And then this is the north window. It is the biggest window, and it is what our historic stained glass restorationist is going to work on first. I'm so excited. It's going to take a while because these are extensive damage on them. And then here is a plaque. Let me get my flashlight on. We do have, looks like some bird poop. So this says, and I'll just read it, erected in the memory of loved ones, by request, Eliza Boone Lodge Hubbard, Madison, 1836, Madison, 1915. And then over on the other side, we have another one. I'm pretty sure this one is dedicated in the memory of her mother. Let's see if I can get over here without tripping over all these wreaths. Ugh. And this one is James Robert McKee, in memory of my mother, Celine Elizabeth Lodge McKee, wife of Robert McKee, Madison, 1826 to 1861. So all these walls, we just had a meeting down here. These are gonna have to be cleaned with D2. Well, we can't do that until it's above freezing. The good thing is even if we're doing this in the hot, humid Midwest summer, it's usually pretty cool in this chapel, especially if we're able to keep the doors shut. We had a guy come down to look at the doors. They need to be repaired. We need some electric work done, possibly a mini split so we can heat and cool this for events. But we're pretty excited, but this is definitely a fundraiser. I will put a link below. We have a Venmo, and snail mail is how we accept donations. The windows alone are, just to get the windows out, they are $5,000 a piece, and that does not include, I can't point to them because they're covered up, but there's like a metal that goes around the windows, and then obviously we're going to have to invest in the protective coverings, the vented coverings for the outside, so these don't get damaged again. I would just be heartbroken if these got damaged again. So I think it's $2,000 a piece for the protective coverings, or that might be the metal frame. Anyway, there's an additional probably $25,000. So the windows alone are going to be close to a $50,000 project, and that doesn't even get us usable yet. But I'm super excited. I cannot wait to have this chapel usable. We'll get all this stuff out over here. So I'll go to the maintenance building. All the wreaths are going to go somewhere. We do have a few chairs over there, but I'd like to get the nice folding padded chairs. And then let me show you, look at these hinges on here. Aren't those just awesome? We're going to salvage those. And then here's the damage down here. So these boards here will probably have to be taken off and just replaced. And then the handle, we're going to use that, and then find some kind of better lock than a hasp and a padlock. So anyway, I plan to do a whole lot more of these videos, just highlighting various things that we plan on doing and the maintenance that needs to be done down here. Springdale was started in 1839. We have the most deceased mayors buried down here. We have, if anybody's familiar with the Lanier home, we have descendants of the Laniers down here. If anybody's familiar with our historic Shrewsbury house, we have Shrewsburys buried down here. We have a lot of veterans down here. And it's a pretty cool cemetery. We encourage people to come down and walk. You can ride your bike, skateboard, walk your dogs. Just please clean your poop up. Run. Let me see if I can get you a picture of the hills back here. I hike these hills a lot. They're pretty nice to do in the winter when there aren't any any leaves on the trees. But we go... if anybody's familiar, it's all the way to the top of the hill. We are flanked at the west by State Road 7, also known as Hanging Rock Hill. Please come down if anybody would like a tour. I do tours. They're $10 a piece. I'm happy to accommodate any groups. If only one person wants a tour, I'm more than happy to do one-person tour. Anyway, thanks for watching.